to 50% of all sub-Saharan
I mean, literally, I'm not even making it up, though. Look.
African populations either prefer or accept cousin marriages, and it is extremely common in the Middle East and in South Asia. The reason the practice is so common is that ordinary people see family intermarriage overall as something that is very positive, something that helps build family bonds and helps put families on a more secure financial foothold. However, as is well documented, it is not without health risks for the children of those relationships, some of whom will be born out of wedlock. Instead of stigmatizing those who are in cousin marriages or those inclined to be, a much more positive approach would be to facilitate advanced genetic test screening for prospective married couples.
Right, okay, let's stop there, right? First things first, what you're asking for is for the NHS to spend more billions of pounds on, like, these minority communities. Like, listen, we just think it's a really good idea if we have incestuous relationships and marriage, right? It keeps it within the family. We like that. It's what we do, so you need to pay extra money. I don't want to pay extra money. I don't want to pay extra money. If for no other reason, even if we can't agree that there is a moral argument and a practical argument as to why actually consanguineous relationships are bad, again, if weird that we have to make a moral argument against that, you'd think that'd just be normal. But anyway, right, if we've got to skip past all of that and be like, yeah, okay, look, you can do genetic damage to the children, it's gross, whatever, you don't agree with it. Look, the NHS just can't afford it, man. It's a black hole, too much money's going in anyway. I mean, we just shovel more money in the hole. Just shovel, I mean, what have we got that's valuable? We've got a TV, a car, let's just chuck it down the fucking hole. Let's just pawn everything in the country so you can have consanguineous fucking marriages. No! Just stop it. It's disgusting. Right, but anyway, this is what's currently being debated in the House of Commons, because a Conservative MP is like, I think I'm going to introduce a bill that that bans it because it's bad, right? In fact, I'm going to get days of NHS spending up. Hang on.
The trap worked! Time for some fireworks.
You're welcome. On your 6.
Right, so days of NHS spending. Let's see if they've had a comment on this. Right, the world's tallest building was 3 days and 11 hours of NHS spending. It's fucking unbelievable. By the way, for anyone who doesn't know, right, the budget for the NHS for 24-25 is 192 billion pounds. 192 billion pounds. I wonder how much the British Empire cost the state to run. Let me find out.
You know what to do, spiders?
I'll patch you up.
This is gonna hurt.
Please.
What's the budget of the British Empire?
Oh, I'm fine.
Mine's in place. Come in now.
Oh, it doesn't say. Right, okay. Alright, yeah.
We are
Oh yeah, we better not have that number handy, because when it turns out to be about 3 days worth of NHS spending, according to Elon Musk, we could build a tunnel from New York City to London with just 1 month and 1 day of NHS spending. Oh my god. Oh my god. Like, countries by GDP. Let me see if I can get a list of countries by GDP. So, right, the NHS is slightly behind the GDP of Nigeria, and to be honest with you, it's probably ahead of it. It's just, not including all of the other things, right? But Nigeria, Ukraine, Kuwait, Morocco, the NHS takes in more than all of these countries. Like, something like fucking 3/4 of the earth makes less money than the NHS, right? Per year, the entire country. We could literally have the empire back with this amount of money, and it's just like, okay, well, whatever, man. We've got the NHS. We're going to be genetically screening, like, subcontinentals to make sure that the consanguineous fucking marriages aren't producing genetically deformed kids. That's what we sacrifice the empire. Okay, yeah, all right, whatever. But again, the NHS is just unbelievable. We can't afford it. We just can't afford it. It's an international health service. We can't afford it. Anyway, getting back to British politics, right? Let's get back to British politics. So what hope is on the horizon? Well, you've got Reform taking every Conservative MP who's no longer an MP under the sun. So Andrew Jenkins and some other guy who was... He resigned as an MP in 2014 because he went to a Nazi-themed party and the press got wind of it and the Conservatives were like, well, you're out. Ping! And Nigel Farage was like, yeah, I'll take that guy. I'll take Andrew Jenkins and I'll take the wet liberal mass immigration advocate who founded Conservative Home. I'm going to mush them together because I've got a big plan for the next election. So what the fuck is your plan here, Nige? You know? But anyway, that's the right wing in Britain that's doing great. In other news, we're about to get our Islamic party. It was a long time coming that Britain got its very own Islamist party. Right? The independent MPs, right? As you can tell by the name, the kind of places they got voted for. We've got Adnan Hussein, Iqbal Mohammed, who we've heard from earlier, about the cousin marriage, Ayub Khan, Shaukat Adam, and Jeremy Corbyn. So the most Islamic people in the country. Remember, Jeremy Corbyn, never an Islamic terrorist, and any other terrorist he didn't love, obviously. You know, our friends in Hamas and Hezbollah, Jeremy Corbyn, is going to join the Muslim Party as an independent, from being an independent MP. It's just fucking spectacular. Absolutely spectacular. This is the way British politics is going. So, okay, great. Just great. Just... Nigel, what are you doing, mate? Make something happen. Like, stop sucking up Conservatives. They're a bunch of losers who got us to this place. It's really frustrating that you're like, yeah, I'm going to get this guy who went to a Nazi party and got knocked out of Conservative Party in 2014 because that guy's a winner. That guy's the guy, the way forward. I don't know, what are we saying here? Anyway, in the meantime, you get things like this.
Realise how ridiculous this is.
What did it need to come to?
What escalated it to this level? Because I don't understand. I posted something that he posted. You come to arrest me, you don't arrest him. Why has it come to this? Why am I in cuffs? Because there's something he shared, then I shared.
Because someone has been caused, obviously, anxiety based upon your social media post.
Right, you posted something on social media. Someone somehow thought it was appropriate to report to the police that this post had caused them anxiety. Okay, Mr. Plod, paying taxes causes me anxiety. The fact that people in this country can marry their cousins causes me anxiety. Does anything happen? No, because this applies to the native population only. This is fucking ridiculous. This is our country, right? This is our country. I demand a better quality of Gestapo. Anyway, so let's get to the problem, right? The problem with the country. Now, you might be thinking, well, I thought we covered the problem. No, we've covered symptoms of the problem. We've covered all of these things are all downstream of what the actual problem is, and the actual problem is democracy itself. The fact that the British electorate is allowed to choose their own rulers. And they have. They keep choosing them. They keep choosing Blairite left-wing fucking parties that are insisting on raising our taxes. And people generally think, oh yeah, taxes are great. Why? Why would you think taxes are good? Right, and so this is a YouGov poll that was recently done, and fuck me. Oh my god.
I'm going to finish the fight that my father has
Again,
won.
I
I
just
hope I make him proud.
I just can't take it. I just can't take it. Right? I just... No, Josh, that is not really on fire. That is a Grok AI-generated picture. Just look at the fucking state of this. Right? So which ideologies do Britons have a favourable view on? Right. Fascism at 2%. Good, I would expect that.
Pretty sure
Normal,
I'm still
right?
the coolest
The
part
British
of hero
people
in
are
any
not
reality.
for fascism. Who could have imagined? Anarchism, 8%. Okay, well, I mean, if anarchism means the state doesn't spend my money, not a bad idea. Communism, 10%. Put a pin in that. The British people aren't really in favour of communism. Populism, 13%. Oh yeah, that would be terrible. Well, we can't have the country working for the majority of people in the country. Obviously, we're against that. We're only slightly more for that than we are for communism. Again, hello? Hello? What is wrong with you people? Fucking wake up. Right? Libertarianism, 24%. So 3/4 of the country are like, no, we can't have freedoms. We can't have low taxes, low regulations, small state. That's just not what we're having. We're not having that. We're not having a country that works for the hard-working taxpayer. Because that's what really libertarianism in this kind of political formulation boils down to. Does the country work hard for the people who pay the fucking taxes? No, they don't. It doesn't. 3/4 of the country are against it. 3/4 of the country are against it. Like, that is insane, isn't it? Okay, nationalism. Okay, nationalism. People are, oh, I don't know, that sounds a bit Nazi. No, we were talking about fascism already. We're not talking about that. What we're talking about is just the country being run in the national interest. If we want to take the most charitable interpretation of nationalism, not even a third. Not even a third of people are in favour of the country being run in the national interest of the British people. Like, what the fuck are you doing? What is wrong with you people? But, like, I'm not a nationalist because I've got philosophical arguments and reasons, because I understand the history and ideology of nationalism as an ideology, right? But I know the average British person doesn't. What they hear when they think nationalism is someone who is patriotic, who is running the country in the interests of the majority population. It's basically populism, right? There's very little difference between nationalism and populism in the average person's mind. So when they're like, are you in favour of nationalism? No, I want the elites. The international elites to run my country into the fucking ground, please. Yeah, no, I'm very much against cheap goods that are produced here, or not even cheap. I mean, just decent goods that are produced here and provide British jobs for British workers, and making deals with other nations that favour us and making sure that we have a future hand down to our children. Yeah, no, I'm terribly against that. What else have you got? Well, how about capitalism? How about hard work pays? How about investing in the country and allowing private business to flourish so everyone gets far richer? You know, the Adam Smith thing? If you make the nails and I make the horseshoes and we just trade the nails and the horseshoes, it turns out we make so many more than we actually need that everyone becomes way richer, and then this invisible hand, don't worry, it's just a metaphor, it's not going to actually touch you, this invisible hand will gently guide the way the economy works, so everyone just becomes generally richer, right? Now, you might think it's a scary sounding word, but it's how Britain became a rich country to begin with. It's what we did. It's what America does. It's what literally Malay is doing at the moment. Like, we're just going to allow working people to make money. How about it? And the British people are like, no, not even a third of them are in favour. Not even a third of them are in favour of making fucking money. It's just crazy. It's just... Okay. Okay. How about this then? How about this? England in particular, but Britain generally, has an unbelievably long history of continuous, uninterrupted success, right? We have handed down, or we had been handed down, an incredible patrimony from the past, a glorious, magnificent, enviable history of just non-stop success for the last 1,000 years. We were just winning everything, right? We just kept winning. We won every fucking thing over and over and over and over. And then we won some more, right? And then we won even more than that. And I've got to about 1,500 at this point, right? And then we kept winning some more. Then we won even further, and we won there, and we won there, and we won there, and we won there. And we were winning literally on all around the world until eventually we controlled so much of the world, there was never a point of the world under which we weren't winning. Constant, non-stop winning for like 300 fucking years until we won the war to end all wars. And we won that, right? And so, maybe we should appreciate all of these things that winning brought us. And not even a third of the country are like, yeah, we're not going to do that. I'm not in favour of that. I'm not in favour of inheriting an amazing and preserving an amazing legacy of victory and success and scientific innovation and all the amazing buildings that we have. No, I don't want to be a conservative and just appreciate the things that were handed down to us by our glorious ancestors. No, I'm not interested in that. Oh, okay. Well, what would you like? Well, 38% of people want socialism. What the fucking socialism? All right, because the reason we're poor is not enough socialism, right? That's it, guys. We don't like communism, but we do like socialism, because never the twain shall meet. What the fuck are you talking about? Socialism is the way that we arrive at communism. You know, well, I don't want the communism. I just like the socialism bit. That's all. I just like the. Are you fucking stupid? No, no, you are fucking stupid. Sorry, let me reformulate that. No, you are fucking stupid, right? Socialism doesn't just mean, or maybe the rich should pay their fair share. And it's not like they don't anyway, which is why they're fleeing the fucking country. You just, oh, God.
Counting on you, friend.
It's insufferable, right? 41% like, yeah, I like liberalism. It's like, oh yeah, how's that working out for us? Kind of think it might have been liberalism that got us here. We've been being liberalism for the last, well, at least 100 years, I'd say. You know, like, how's it worked out?
No coming back.
Is it going well? Would you say at the moment the final end product of liberalism is where we are right now? I mean, we're currently transitioning children. We're currently just running an open border experiment because we've had the most liberal governments it is frankly possible to fucking have. We've somehow got the highest state burden because part of liberalism these days has been raising up all of the peoples of the world to the same economic position as us, which means, of course, lowering us down to their position. So how's that going? How's the most international, global, most just Rawlsian version of liberalism possible working out for us? And 41% of people are, yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, quite happy with this. What else you got? Okay, how about feminism? How about men suck? You know, the guys who, all of the other great things that I was talking about that you didn't like. How about the guys who built those? No, I don't like those. And so 56% of people are like, yeah, I'm pro-feminism. Oh, right, okay. Right, okay, so just put women in charge of everything because they're women and take away the men. And 56%, yeah, why not? Okay. But that's still not the most popular thing in Britain. Right, that's still not the most popular ideology. The most popular ideology is actually communism, but communism done for the environment. So it's like, right, okay. You understand that a first world country has really high energy requirements. Yeah. And you would like to replace those energy requirements and fulfill them with wind turbines, solar panels. Yeah. In England, where we get sun on 1 in 3 days. Yeah. They do it in California. They've got loads of solar panels. What about, you know, the Sahara or something like that? They've got solar panels. What about all of these fucking offshore wind farms? They're perfectly good. It's like, okay, but hey, they're not actually net producers of energy, you fucking idiots. So whatever, I'm not getting into it. We aren't going to save the planet by making ourselves insanely poor. And if you did want environmentalism, which again, I don't think you realise that what that means is just communism. If you wanted that, you'd be pro-nuclear. But you're not pro-nuclear because for some reason the UK public is fucking ridiculous. And honestly, we're just a clown. We're just a complete clown show. Everyone else has got over this. They've gone for populism. They've gone for anarchism or libertarianism. They've gone for conservatism. If you're like Hungary, conservative. America, hyper-capitalist. Right? Like Poland, nationalist. Argentina, libertarian. America, populist. What's going on? Oh, they're all fucking... Oh, yeah, of course they're skyrocketing. Of course they're skyrocketing. What have we got? We've got environmental feminism with liberalism. Thanks, Keir Starmer. I mean, that's literally... That's a description. Environmentalism, feminism, liberalism and socialism is a description of the Labour government's committed ideological positions. That's the description of our Labour government. Everyone's like, oh, yeah... And that's what the Conservatives were, and that's what the Labour Party before them were. And everyone's like, yeah, no, that's good. That's how I think the world should work. It's like, okay, well, then we're going to be a poor country. Right? We're going to be a third world country. We're going to watch countries we used to laugh at overtake us economically, productivity, in quality of life, in prestige, in wealth, in happiness, in success. And we're going to watch all of these people rocket by us and go, wow, look how misogynistic they are. Look at their carbon footprint. Look at their authoritarian governments. It's like, okay, but they're all rich, happy and healthy. I mean, just saying, there may be advantages to whatever thing that they're doing that you don't like. But this is where we are, right? This is where we are. And then you get the breakdown, and this is genuinely funny, right? 14% of conservatives have a positive view of socialism. 15% of reform voters. Like, you support reform, and 15% of them are like, yeah, socialism's all right. 3% of reform voters think communism's all right. Now, it's only 3%, that's pretty small. But it's like, but why? But why would any percentage any percentage of them think that communism's good. Obviously, 31% of the Green Party think communism's good, right? But funnily enough, the Green Party, this is really funny. Only 83% of them think environmentalism's good. So 17% of them are like, well, no, I'm not really here for the environmentalism. All right, that's the Islamist constituency, is it? Of the Green Party. What the fuck is going on, man? It's mental. The British public are mental, right? I mean, 14% of the Labour Party being in favour of communism. I thought it'd be more than that, to be honest. 9% of the Lib Dems thought it'd be more than that. But 49% of the Liberal Democrats are pro-socialism. Liberal Democrats. Half of them pro-socialism. Right. I think we're just fucking done, man. I think we're done. I think just the idea of British people just don't worry about politics. Just don't worry about politics. You're not into politics, right? Yes, I'm a Liberal Democrat. Oh, what are you? I'm a socialist. What the fuck are you on about? What are you on about? These should be contradictory positions, right? They should. Like, only 64% of Lib Dems are in favour of liberalism. That's mad. The Liberal Democrats, and a third of them are like, yeah, I'm not really for the Liberal Party.
I'm here to finish the fight that my father began. I hope I make him proud.
It's just mad. More Liberal Democrats are for socialism than capitalism. Okay, mad, mental, just bonkers, totally off the hinge. 70% of them though are feminists, and 75% of them, 74% of them are environmentalists. Obviously, it's just. I'm telling you, Jenk, man, I wish Jenk was this based. Like, seriously, like, people, the British public are not politically educated. They don't know anything about politics, I think, and they don't want to. I think that's what I'm taking from this. They just don't want to. Like, Reform Party voters, 75% of them are not for populism. 75% of Reform Party voters, the party that is led by the arch-populist and friend of Donald Trump, Nigel Farage, are not for populism. I don't think they know what populism means. Or I don't think they know what the Reform Party is. Or perhaps they just shouldn't fucking vote. Right? I mean, I'm joking, obviously. You should vote for Reform, even though Reform are basically Tories 2.0, better than voting for the Tories. I mean, 55% of Reform voters are pro-Conservative. Only 79% of Conservative Party voters are fucking conservatism. 21%, a fifth of the Conservative Party's base. Like, yeah, I'm not for conservatism. I'm for socialism. That's why I vote Conservative. Like, staggering. Absolutely staggering. That these numbers, they're just... We're done with 30% of people in Reform for feminism. 35% for environmentalism. These are words for communism. Right? These are just words for communism. And I mean, we're just done. Just totally fucking done. Also, nationalism. Well, I mean, 59% of Reform people are for nationalism. That's a start. That's something. Only 44% of them are for capitalism. Like, Nigel is, again, the arch-Thatcherite. Thatcherite populism is literally what Nigel Farage's personal brand is, and half of his party aren't for it, apart from, 75% of the populism. Like, more than half his party, or half his base, just aren't for it. So what are you doing there? We're just done, man. We're just so fucking done. I mean, I can't believe that the Green Party is more for libertarianism than Reform.
Don't count us out yet.
Like, 27% of the Greens, 27% of Labour, 28% of the Lib Dems, 22% of Reform. Like, Margaret Thatcher, Nigel's idol, is the libertarian of Britain. Like, for fuck's sake.
Systems restoring.
I'm just literally running out of ways to explain how the British electorate is just so fucking cooked. We're just done. It's just so mental, right? So yeah, let's see these ideologies by age. This is me. Right. So, almost everyone is in favour of green communism. So brilliant, great. Almost everyone is in favour of pink communism and feminism. Brilliant. Great. Half of young people are pro-socialism. 18 to 24. 24 to 49, so my age demographic, 40%. And it goes down to only 32% at 65% plus. So we've got a bunch of boomer commies. Right, liberalism, 40% all across all the age ranges. Barely any quarter of all age ranges libertarian. Like, only a quarter of young people are for capitalism. So, okay, fine. I mean, I'm not necessarily for or against capitalism either, but like, taking it in the like layman understanding of the average person, it's like, well, I should have private property and be able to buy and sell goods on my own, right? Like, that's just, again, just mental. 21% of 18 to 24-year-olds are for nationalism, which means 80% of them basically, yeah, no, I want to be a serf in the global plantation. I don't like capitalism, don't like nationalism, don't like libertarianism, don't like... I want the globalist government to just give me my portion of bugs every day. That's all I want. Just give me the bug slop, and I will eat the gruel of the bugs, you know, just put whatever nutrients in it that I need, and I will happily work in the fucking fluorescent lit office, typing away on my little computer, live in the pod, spend my entire life alone, and watching whatever Kuma slop is on Netflix. Let's just give it to them. Just that's what they want. That's what they're asking for. And the 20% who are against that, well, too bad, you were outvoted. That's democracy, sunshine.
Maximum pulse!
I mean, on the plus side, only 20% of them are for communism. They don't want to abolish the state. No, I want to be a serf of the state. I literally want to live with the state taking care of me. We need more bureaucrats. That's the problem, right? 15% for anarchism, which is quite a lot, actually. And to be honest with you, I'd agree a lot more with the anarchists at this point. They're like, yeah, we just want to get rid of the state entirely. I'm like, well, I'm more for that than the alternative. 9% of populism. Like, where is this Farage wave? Sorry, where's the Farage wave? Like, they're the least populist people in the country. They're the least nationalist people. There's no youth wave coming to save the country using the reform banner. That's not happening. They don't exist. They just don't exist. And that, you know, no one's a fascist either. What a surprise. And it's just like, oh my god, man. Just there is no hope in this country, right? The hope in this country has to come from being a green and an environmental communist. If you're not for leveling all of Britain, destroying our industrial heritage, and making sure that we're basically returning to being the cavemen our ancestors once were, so the planet will be saved. And again, this wild delusion the planet will be saved. You've got nothing. Now, I can only assume that when they say, right, when the average person says environmentalism, what they mean is, I want the green countryside to stay green. Right? That's the best possible interpretation. When they say feminism, the best possible interpretation is, yeah, women just get treated as normal. Right? Normally treat women normal. Just be normal towards women. That's, I assume, what they're asking for. When they say liberalism, I can only assume they mean, well, I don't really want the government oppressing me, right? That's, and again, best, most charitable interpretation. And when they say socialism, they mean, well, I think there should be like social handouts. I don't want people starving in the streets. Right? That's the best possible case. And I'm not even sure. I'm genuinely not sure.
I hope I make him proud.
Hair in my eye. I'm not sure. But anyway. Yeah, they're not levelers anymore, they're diggers. Oh my god, man. We're just so cooked. And I'm just so frustrated with British politics. It just looks like we're going nowhere. And we learn nothing from anyone else. Like, I read this book from like 1940. There was a compilation of essays by professors of the time that were put together by Ernest Barker, right? It's edited together by Ernest Barker. And these are the old English professors, from the 1930s, 1940s. Those people with gravitas. They've got funny accents, they use funny words, and they have a very long memory about the country. They have a very broad and deep understanding of things that they've spent their entire life studying. And one of these essays was like, look, the Englishman abroad is the physician of his country. He's meant to come back to his country and compare it to the other countries that he's been to and say what they're doing well and what we're not doing well. And then point out, look, we should do these things in that way because things will be better for us. Right. That's what we need. But it seems that the British public just aren't interested in it. Like, if watching Donald Trump win. Donald Trump's got an approval rating in Britain of like 25%, something like that. But only a quarter of the British public actually like Donald Trump. And it's like, okay, but he's going to fix America. He's already fixed it once. He's going to fix it twice. Malay as well. Like these foreign populist right-wing figures, they're not popular in Britain because they just got propagandized constantly with the media. And that's why, and it's constant media propaganda, why they're in favour of environmentalism, feminism, and liberalism, and socialism.
You know what to do,
Anyway,
spiders?
fucking insufferable. There needs to be a serious change of attitudes in this country. If this country isn't going to be a shithole forever, and that's all I'm asking, right? I'm not even asking very much. I just don't want it to be a shithole. I don't want it to be a shithole. I'd like my children to grow up in a half-decent country. And I don't want to have to... Like, the reason I work so hard is so I'm staying ahead of the inflationary curve, of the constant decline. I'm using whatever tools are at my disposal to make sure that I have enough money to send my children to a nice school. That's it, so they can live in a house. Like, so I can pay the mortgage, right? Because I dread to think what the mortgage is going to be like the next time I have to get it remortgaged or revalued or whatever we have to do. You know, and they put up the fucking interest rates and the payments and stuff. Dread to think what it's going to be. Gotta stay ahead of it, right? So at least I can be one of those people in the third world country who's doing okay. That's basically my plan at the moment, is just make sure that my family don't fall into poverty and destitution, which is why I'm so desperately working to get all my channels remonetized. It's like, no, I'm gonna have to, like, it never used to be a problem. It never used to be something I think about. But now it's like, oh shit, everything's going downhill. I need to earn money. I've never had to think consciously about earning money before. I hate it. You know, I'm not a money guy. I don't think about money. You know, so it's like, okay, but now I really have to because everything's going shit. So, that's great. Anyway, thanks for joining me, folks. Again, I'm trying to get this channel remonetized, which is why I'm streaming it. I don't even know what I'll do with it. I think it's best to get the channels monetized if and when I can, because otherwise we're going to be in trouble, aren't we? You know, everyone could end up being in big trouble, and the country's not getting any better, and the taxes are going up, and everything's getting more expensive, and so I'm getting worried. Not gonna lie, genuinely scared of the future. Anyway, good luck in all the other countries. Godspeed. I'm glad you're doing well, and I genuinely am glad. Right? I'm genuinely glad that my friends in America, my friends in the continent, my friends in the new and old world, I'm glad everyone everywhere else seems to be pulling their fingers out and doing a good job. Honestly, I'm genuinely thrilled for you. Genuinely, like, I'm watching what's happening in Ireland, for example, right? And I'm like, I can see, I've got, like, you know, people, mutuals on Twitter, and they're saying, oh my god, I can't believe they're doing this. Like, yeah, no, you're getting the English experience. You're becoming immiserated by the globalist powers in exactly the same way England does. And you're going to get more of it and more of it and more of it and more of it until you've had enough. And I think the Irish may well have enough before we do. You know, they'll have a sense of self, a sense of collective Irish identity, and they will hopefully vote for an Irish patriotic party that's just like, no, we're not having this. We're not having this. But there's no fucking hope for England, man. We just refuse. Outright refuse. And I'm not going to get into the reasons for it because it's fucking late. I'm tired. Holy shit, man. Things bad. Anyway, thanks all for joining me. Speak to you later. Go and subscribe to Lensies.com. Bye. And where the sort of the English speaking world got to be like, okay, well, you know, not being screwed over by the government is good enough for me. The more progressive side is like, okay, but why is anyone going home? Gentlemen, how...
Don't count us out yet.
Get that vehicle moving again!
Our progress is too slow. We must save
You're up, little one.
Judge, jury, executioner!
Time for some fire hose.
Perfect. Here's this life. Bombs away.
Some help. Systems restoring. I'm counting on you for... It's spider time! Keep forging ahead.
Take a look behind you.
Fear Magneto!
You're welcome.
A nice deep freeze.
Maximum pulse!
Okay, hold your horses. I'll deploy another beacon.
Get that vehicle moving again!
I'm counting on you, friends. is gonna hurt.
Let's get to that tree.
You're up, little one.
You're welcome.
This is gonna hurt. Defenses are down. It's
Maximum
Spider
pulse!
time! The Punisher set up a turret.
Yeah, Magneto!
We're back in action.
Get that vehicle moving again!
You're welcome.
We stop now, Asgard doesn't have a prayer.
Powering up.
Hey, Dee! Enjoy the amplifier!
You know what to do, Spider. I know that sound. Up against the world.
Anyone say fireworks?
You're welcome.
I am barely harmed.
Just needed a few repairs.
Get that vehicle moving again!
Though I'm God, I would rather inspire mortals than be worshipped.
Another
Yggdrasil's roots are drying. We have to speed up.
Cowards sneaking from behind. Power up. Uh-oh, we're vulnerable.
an opportunity for combat.
'Twas but a scratch. Awaken the rage of battle.
A feast for my crows.
My power grows. The world tree is
Fingers
dying.
don't grow.
We
Someone
must hurry.
scratch my back.
Rocket fire.
No one.
Fear vessel.
Awaken the rage of battle.
I need some help.
Maximum pulse. Behold the
Only
god
60
of
seconds left.
thunder. Long has Yggdrasil protected Asgard. Now we must save the world tree. My power grows.
Double kill.
Magneto!
I'll patch you up.
'Twas but a scratch.
An opportunity for combat.
One-man castle tower. Destroy it.
Hits the ground. Down to 30 seconds.
Punisher.
Judge, jury, executioner! No, slow down.
Fear vessel. Us against the world. The final 10 seconds.
On Tooth Gnasher, on Tooth Grinder. We ride with you. My power grows.
I'm hurt. We'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner.
Enjoy the amplifier.
Danger. The Punisher's calling turret.
I want your soul.
A nice
Wrath
deep
of
freeze.
Asgard.
It's okay. Admit it. You need me.
Another soul to join my legions.
So close. This is your big chance.
A feast for my crows.
Awaken the rage of battle.
As expected.
Lightning can fight. Maximum.
Another